Are you looking for the ultimate protection for your firearms? Amsoil Firearm Lubricant and Firearm Cleaner provide the most protection. In the ASTM salt fog test, Amsoil showed no corrosion on the test results. Right, guys, this is the Recover CC3H. This is their grip and rail system, and we're putting it on our Rock Island GI model. This is the standard, kind of like a 1911 A1. We're going to get that put on there. We did do a function test on here. Everything's good to go on it. So that should be fine. So put this on. So this was created by Tamir Porat. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but he was original designer for the Israeli weaponry industries, IWI, Tavor, which is pretty cool. He's one of the designers for that. So this is a two-piece setup here. Seems like, you know, pretty stiff plastic, should be pretty good. There's his name on the inside of that cover, and made in Israel on this one. Most Israeli things are pretty good. Comes with a little wrench here and a couple little screws to get everything together, and then you use your two original screws here in the grips. So the first thing we want to do, pull the grips off, get this one side down here, start getting the screws going, and that is pretty simple. We'll get these tightened up and flip it to the other side. All right, so we got the one side down, and you can kind of see where the gun lies in it, and it's set up for, you know, really fit any of these, but any standard GI model. A little bit of variation between them, but should be completely fine. So the next thing I do is get the other side and get it snapped in place. So get it down. It's a little tight here at the top, so we have to trim on that just a little bit, but that should work. All right, guys, so I did have to trim a little bit with my knife, just kind of shave that top edge off to get that to fit down correctly. But that looks pretty good. These are the screws. You got two little nuts, you got the screws in there. Nut goes on the back side. There's one, you're gonna do the next one. But here is the holster, and it comes with a couple different pieces here. It's gotta be fit together. Got a couple pieces that all work together here. I guess for you to spin it either way. Mine comes with two. And you've got two sets of screws and nuts and an Allen key to get it all together. So curious to get it all together and check it out here. This one is the active locking system, so it will click this out, I believe, and this is your button to get into it. So it's oh, I guess you can move it on either side. Oh, that's pretty interesting, because that would be the button there for right-handed. I don't know if it allows you to move it or what, but that's pretty neat. So, but anyways, what is cool is these are rubber here. So these will actually move around. Those are the trigger guards, and those will actually slide by anything you have on the rail, which is kind of neat. So get this thing put together and see what we got. All right, guys, there it is. That's the holster on there, and it looks pretty good. So you can definitely tell the difference between the Phantom Gray and the black here. That looks pretty good, but I got that mounted about right on there for it to work well in my pants, the way that I like to have it angled. So it seems pretty high quality. Everything seems nice and sturdy, and the active retention system here locks into the gun big time, but it lines up perfectly when you grab it for your finger to be there. If you're grabbing the gun normally, I probably can't remove it and film at the same time. But so there we go. I can slide it out of here. So you can see that the square peg they've got on both sides of the gun will fit into here, and I'm not sure if it's fully reversible or not. But this side is the active one, and you can see those down in there. And then the other side is a passive one that will push itself out of the way. So seems pretty cool. Like I said, the rubber trigger guards there will slide over anything you have on the rail, and it all just moves down into the gun, down with the gun anyways. So pretty sweet. It seems to work well. It's not really gliding on anything as far as metal goes, besides just the plastic guard there. So I don't think it would mar anything up. Of course, I got this Rock Island in order to carry it, and it already had a couple nicks and stuff in it. So I wasn't super worried about that. I might even get like a battle worn look like I did that AK, because I think that looks kind of cool, especially on something that it's not super expensive, you know. But I like it. Looks pretty good. Alright guys, so the next thing I'm going to do is take this slide down on the slab sides here and shine that up a bit. And I'm going to do that. We've got it's a piece of granite actually, but it's really nice and flat. And then some 2000 grit sandpaper. And then I've got some older gun oil. Just going to put some of this on there and start working the slide down. Alright guys, so I have been working on the slide some and sanding it down. Sandpaper got real fine and essentially just started polishing it. So I kind of stopped after I started getting some real good polishing in there. So it is pretty smooth though. Looks pretty cool. Adds a little more shininess to that part because I'm adding some shiny parts on here now. So I've got a bunch of different Wilson Combat parts, magwell, beaver tail, you know, all these are supposed to be drop in. Obviously drop in with this may mean a little bit of fitting. So the first thing we're gonna do, got the gun, you know, essentially just field stripped right now, down normal. I'm gonna start taking apart the grips and whatnot. So now I'm just gonna start pulling this thing apart and go from there.